Hi, I'm finally making an update video on my 6-year-old branding video. I think people have actually been asking for it for years, but I haven't really been using YouTube much. I was gonna try to shoot on the same camera that I used then, but I can't really find it, so it's going to be on my phone. So I think you can see this pretty well. This is the part that was being done in the actual video. The shoulder, so this is about 6 years old now. Um, it's all around. It's kind of hard for me to get the angle on it, but I'll try to take it from a variety of angles. It's really very clear still. It's really, this is, I'm always pale. This is as pale as I get. If I have a very slight tan, which is all I ever get, it pops out a little more, and you can see it. I've had people who have known me for years only see my winter skin and then maybe see me after I got a slight tan in the summertime and thought that it was brand new. And this is the forearm. This is the very oldest part, so this is about 8 years old. It was already about 2 years old and pretty much fully healed when the video itself was taken. And it's also pretty clear. The only place that I have any sort of strange texture is here. I have like some very slight, not quite keloiding. And this was very irritated when it was healing. The char came off almost immediately, just because when you're moving your elbow, there's really no keeping your skin still. So you can see here, this is the 6 and the 8-year-old portions right up against each other. There's no difference. And then this is my other arm. This is all I got on this. At the time that I had the very last parts of the first arm done, I started the other arm. I intended to get the entire other arm finished, but I don't think it's probably going to happen now because I moved to the other side of the world. I was already flying a few hours to get my sessions done. But these are now 3 years old, and again, they look about exactly the same as the 8-year-old portions. I think that this looks a little bit funny right now. I think it's just because I've been sitting on my arm using the computer, wearing a sweater, because usually this doesn't really exactly look textured. I kept extremely fine points. Sorry about the focus there, just camera focus. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Here you can see my shoulder, trying to hold the camera where you can see it. This is how mine turned out. With these, I can't say that yours are going to look the same as mine. It's variable by your skin. Everyone's skin looks different. You really don't know exactly how yours will turn out until you get it. My skin is very prone to reabsorbing scar tissue, which was my biggest concern here. I have a cutting on my back that is now 10 years old and it's essentially gone. I actually had it redone when it was about 5 years old because it was fading, and even having it redone, there's only a few spots that you can even see, and I think most people can't tell that it ever had a picture, but the branding scars have stayed. They appear to be pristine. I don't think my body is ever going to reabsorb that scar tissue, so I really love them. But always be prepared. Everyone's skin responds differently. Some people will get raised keloid scars. Mine, I have unusually fine detail. Like I have some very, very sharp points on mine. It's pretty unusual, as I understand it from my artist, and I've seen a lot of his other works. Usually your points will be a little more rounded out. Mine stayed very, very sharp in most places. I'll get another shot of that. and usually you would probably have more of just a, you know, slightly rounded end so that it looks like maybe a blunt marker instead of a very sharp one. So this is, even though it looks more like cautery branding in the way it's being done, this would be considered strike branding. So if you get something that is called strike branding, it's more likely to look like this. Electro cautery branding is possibly going to look... Okay, I just want to look at this one right here. I'm having a hard time seeing the camera, so I hope it's in focus. My understanding, this is one of the few spots where the hard corner kind of dulled out into a more round line. It is my understanding that this is a more common way for the scars to end up healing on most people, as you'll get about this blunt of a line in most cases. There, I think I got the focus on right, sorry about that. So yeah, I just want to show that one as well, and then I got a shot of several of the other edges where you can see how mine has very sharp corners. And one more thing I'm going to put in the description, the places you can see my artist, who is Noah Babcock in Albuquerque, New Mexico. He has an Instagram. I think he has a lot more pictures of fresh than older brands, but he does occasionally post healed ones as well. Usually he says exactly how old they are at the time that he does that, so I will post that as well. Okay, bye.